Well, I got Putin over here, and I got an idea to get him so I can get some more cat coins out of him, so I can feed him some greasy pizza. And cat coins they found in a litter box, and you mine them, right? So that's money. That's gonna be money of the future, physical money. Anyway, just beware of investments out there. Okay, watch out. Watch your tail. The I'm gonna say something about what does the average retail investor think about silver? The guys actually have some money. I don't know. My audience is a mixture. You actually probably, but actually most of the crowd out there with silver and gets coins that the earth is going to fall down and all this kind of stuff. They don't have a lot of money for the most part, right? But actually, the people with money, they don't even think about silver. Like the average retail investor that's got significant amount of money, they think about stocks and bonds and REITs, real estate investment trust, and they'll have cash. They'll maybe have 5% cash, 10% cash max, and they don't actually have too much cash actually because you don't get hardly now you don't get hardly nothing for a return on cash, but the interest rates are so low. And so my advice to you is basically, what I've been putting out here with the silver videos, because I want people to stick with it. I don't want them to get too discouraged because there's a lot of people like making fun of it because it's like, been down or whatever the heck it is. And they're pointing out that it's going to go to $8 or $10. Anything is possible. Let's put it that way. I really don't know for sure what the future is, but they go to $8 to $10. That's a hell of a freaking drop from where it's already dropped down to. And just remember that when gold was like that at 1200 level, people were buying it up like crazy, and the physical gold was actually disappearing. So to think gold's going to go to, $800, $500, $700, I don't know about that kind of deal. You could be waiting and waiting and waiting and holding your breath and missing the train, you know what I mean, on the way up. That's the other side of it. But that's why you don't invest all your money. So what I'm in one area, and actually commodities have always been known as high risk, possibly high reward. They don't do a lot, but when they freaking explode, they explode, right? That's just the nature of them. So, and also just watch because, a lot of people saying, oh, cash. Cash is not, if you got, like sizable investment money to invest, you don't want to be holding all kinds of cash. Nobody does that. Nobody with a sizable amount of money does that. See, that's why, but right now, actually, it's probably safe if you just, we went all into silver, like 80% silver or something crazy like that. That would be better than holding, 100% cash. Even that, at the current price. But you'd want to split it up. And, there's no perfect formula out there, but typically people do is stocks and bonds and REITs. That's typical, right? And precious metals is like minor. Totally minor. Now, if I was somebody like in actual silver bullion business, I would try to be pushing not bullion so much, but jewelry. And simple stuff made from Argentium silver. So I'm actually throwing an idea out here for people who are in that business because I'm not in that business. But Argentium silver is so much cheaper than... Argentium is actually sterling silver, but it's so much cheaper than, platinum or something like that, or white gold. It actually has more luster than white gold, but Argentium has that metal in it. Instead of being 7.5% copper, 92.5% silver, it's 92.5% silver, so it's sterling silver, but it has germanium in it or something, I think it's called. It never tarnishes. I mean, you can have it like in salt water and everything. It could be, if you're, an athlete and it's sweaty, it doesn't get tarnished. It always has a super luster, so it looks better than white gold or platinum. And it's much cheaper. But the stuff that's out there in Argentium silver is like these tiny little flimsy chains and stuff like that. I mean, they should be making sizable things out of it that are jewelry, like, big old bangles or something, whatever the hell it is, wristbands or something, anything, chains, freaking some heavy duty stuff that takes up some ounces. That would actually be cool because even if you don't like silver as an investment, that would actually cause people to buy it, like everybody to buy an ounce, because they'd be buying it as jewelry. You know? I don't know. I don't know why these people don't think of this shit, but I do. And I'm not in the industry, so I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why these people are stupid. That's why they don't think of it. But anyway, there's other things going on besides silver. Let me just put this out here, because it's like you have the economy, say for instance, is not doing good. The stock markets are going up, right? Now, I know I've said this many times before. George Soros made that big bet. Maybe he's wrong, but he's made a big bet that the S&P will correct hard. I think it's going to correct hard, and then it's going to go up. It's going to keep going up. It's the Dow's going to go over 20,000, all this type of stuff. The S&P's already hit new highs recently and stuff. But the whole idea is you don't put all your money in one area. So say, for instance, you're in the stocks and the thing corrects and you're like, you don't sell then. Wait, it'll come back. It'll come back. In the case of George Soros, he'll just, exercise his options and make his money, and the hell with it. I think that's what's going to happen, actually. You might see the correction when the budget deals come up in early 2014, and they talk about downgrades or something like that. Because actually the government's going to default sometime. Maybe not in 2014, maybe 2017 or whatever. But they're going to default sometime. And, that's the deal. Now, the people that are naysayers, like you got extremists on each side of the aisle with silver. Some people are saying... Actually, I think if you look back at some of my videos, I was kind of being a little critical of silver, like, when it was up to 35 or 36 about a year or so ago, and it was moving back up from 26, and they're already talking $500. I was like, holy smokes! Then it went down, and then it was down to 18. Then they're talking 8 or 10. So you got extremists that way, and then it was recovering up to like 22 something or whatever the hell it is. 24 or whatever. I don't forgot what it got to, 23 something. And, they're talking like it's going to go way the hell up to 30 again, or, which is not up to me. But you see, that's like the mood changes like that. You can almost judge things by the mood. Right now, silver's got a pretty negative mood. So, in a way, that makes it kind of safe. In a way, really. Because everybody's getting scared of it right now. But, it's really for the little guy. Silver's more for the little guy. But you don't put all your money into it. You see, the bigger guys don't even think about this stuff. They got stocks, bonds, and REITs. They if they got silver, they don't have bullion. I mean, even if they got gold, it's jewelry. Okay? It's like they don't even think about this stuff. This is being told to you by a small niche of people. And I think it's going to play out. It's just looking at, I think where it's going to really play out is the two things. The Middle East events, if there's a lot of tensions in the Middle East, and the government default at the same time, around the same time, that's going to make gold and silver go, like, extremely high. And I think that's probably when I'm not going to talk about it anymore, because I'm going to be telling people it's probably getting dangerous. And I'm thinking, well, I don't want them to tell them that, because it'd be good for me, So right now, I'm on here to basically help people out. Because, they're being told, I think, bad stuff. Because they're being told that it's a bad investment forever. It's never going to go up. I don't know. It's like some people don't want you to have something. Now, I don't push BS on here. I don't push, like, Alex Jones videos. I don't have, like, a blog that says, here's my Alex Jones videos. And I don't say all the cops in the United States are bad and things like that, like some people do. You know what I mean? There's people out there that do that. They push conspiracies. They push fear all day. I don't push that stuff. I don't even like Alex Jones. I think of him like disinformation. I see him out there with his megaphone. And, I think of F Troop with Corporal Agorn. They shot the arrow into the bugle when he's going, dur, 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 and Alex Jones is out there, get ready, folks. I like to see an Indian shoot an arrow in his megaphone. you know? Or maybe he could just sit on a thumbtack and he could blow up and the fat would go everywhere. You know, I don't know. I mean, this guy is aggravating. I don't like that guy, to tell you the truth. I think he's a guy that's a fear-monger. And while I'm on the subject of this fear-mongering, internet rumors, I'm going to throw something in here that's unrelated to silver, basically, and it's about Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook shooting, you know, and I know there's things out there like, you know, there should have been the, what do you call it, the surveillance cameras in the schools, and there's a lot of stuff that's wrong with the whole scenario. But there's another rumor out there. I probably should put it on a separate video, but I'm not, because it's like, you know, that would make me more money if I put a separate video, but I'm just going to throw it in here, right? You know, because this is the kind of stuff where you get bad information on the internet. But there's a rumor out there about the Sandy Hook shooting now that they showed Adam Lanza's weapon, or alleged weapon. They said, what's wrong with it? And they're saying it's an automatic weapon. It's not an automatic weapon. I looked at the thing and I said, wait a minute. It's got like these 3 notches where the selector thumb thing is, whatever the hell it is. And those are just like detents on there or something. There's like, they're all like that. And if it was an automatic weapon, if you look at it, true M16, like the Marine Corps uses and stuff like that, a true M16, it's got an auto sear right above where the selector switch is, and there's like a pin there, so you would see a circle. So it was definitely a semi-automatic weapon, but it's on the internet that since there's like these 3 raised parts of metal on a weapon, that it's... You see, that kind of stuff doesn't help anybody, because there's a lot of internet rumors out there that just scare the crap out of people, and they have them run in this direction, they have them run in that direction. And, you know, people like AJ is one of them, and Ick, I think that guy, you know, the ex-sports newscaster turned messiah, backed by Council on Foreign Relations people in the beginning. You know, they got these huge audiences out there, and it's like, you know, you realize what the problem is. It's not even all the elite, really. It's not. It's the people themselves, you know. If I told people, like, you know, if you look back in the 1930s about that skit they put on with the Martians, you know, the radio show, and they told everybody it was a skit, they had people jumping off the freaking roofs. And, you see, for this reason, emotions and drama and all this kind of stuff is probably why silver is going to go explode to the upside at some point in time, way more than it should. Fear, greed, and emotions, and the sky is falling. It's probably going to hit bubble mania at some point in time. And you know, bubble mania is not right now. Obviously, it's like, you know, deflation mania, basically, for silver anyway. Maybe not deflation all the way in the economy, because some things are going up. But you know what I'm saying? You know, right now, the time when everybody's telling you, oh, this is stupid and everything, just hang on. You don't need to be buying coins every day. I was never a person that said, you know, you got to put all your money in the physical silver, you're going to lose all your wealth. Those people that said that are some of the dumbest people going, or they were deliberately misinforming you. Because, you know, look at things. Well, first off, like I said, that's why I said the average person that has some significant wealth, they don't even look at silver. You know, they got stocks, bonds. You know, the bonds, the government bonds might get clobbered. Stocks might go up more. Maybe they'll correct first before they go to 20,000 on the Dow, but REITs, the real estate, equities in things that people need. Yeah, I think they're, you know, they're actually, you're talking real companies here that produce stuff. So, and you know, they're not into 80 or 100% cash. You know, these people that tell you, oh, hold on to the dollar. Nobody with a lot of money is mostly in the dollar. Nobody. The value of all their assets are measured in dollars, but nobody is mostly in dollars. Nobody. Flat out. I mean, you might be, you know, you're talking maybe a person that doesn't have money to invest. You know, their actual investments may be mostly in dollars or something like that. But anybody with sizable wealth does not have... They probably don't even have 20. It's usually 5 to 10% cash. More like 5% or even less. And that's usually wrapped up in like money market and things like that, you know? So, you know, the people that tell you got to hold on to cash, it's the only safety, oh, they're wrong as all hell too. And they don't even do, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But you know, this is the World Wide Web and anything can be said pretty much, which is good. Which is good. But, you know, it's like the biggest enemy out there is sometimes, I actually think it's not the elite per se. It's actually more the average person. The fear, you know, the way they react to things, the way they over dramatize things and stuff like that. They look for fast answers. They look for like a, you know, oh, it's the Rothschilds, it's all their fault, you know, like whatever, you know. Like I said, you know, if the banking system's the problem, don't use the banking system. Actually, if everybody was using a credit union, a local credit union, or, you know, national credit union or whatever, that's actually managed by the members, believe me, that would actually put a big dent in a major problematic dent in the Wall Street establishment, big time. They do need the little guy. It's like they don't need the little guy as an individual, but they need him as a collective. They do. It all adds up. All those pennies add up to aggregate large amounts. So, anyway, just watch out for the BS out there. And like I said, the main reason I'm putting a lot of these silver videos out is because I don't want people to get too discouraged about it. And, you know, I'm not really pumping the investment at all. Because my message has been unique from the other guys, I think. Major unique. Right now, you shouldn't be scared to buy silver. I mean, if you got like all kinds of silver and crap out your ears, I mean, you don't have to keep buying it. But, you know, if you don't have any, it ain't going to hurt. It ain't going to hurt. You could buy some here and there. That's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. So, you know, it's usually like you got to watch the mood. And it's going to be later on, the panic is actually going to make things go very, very, very high. Very high. So just hang on, because, you know, it's going to play out for you guys. And, you know, the next step is going to be, you know, the biggest one that's going to be the toughest to do. But, you know, one of the also biggest, toughest things to figure out is going to be when to sell, because bubbles can go a hell of a lot higher than you think. And I think, you know, I'm going to piss off some people here right now, because I think Bitcoin's is in a bubble like, holy smokes. I think it hit 960, you know, which is like, is it going to top 1,000? I don't know. Is it going to top 2,000? I don't know. But that almost reminds me of what who the hell knows where it can go. You don't know how high something can go. And it does, but when something goes up that fast, it can crash that fast too. And that's what I think is going to ultimately happen with silver. It's going to hit some crazy prices, and it's going to correct hard. But where the correction is going to be way the hell over 20. Event long range. I mean, I don't know, it might be 75 to 100 or something, you know? It's going to be up there. Because actually, if you would have told somebody like 20 years ago, and I think this isn't going to take 20 years, things are accelerating right now. So you would have told somebody like the prices of things now, they would have never believed it. They would have never believed it. So, just hang on, man. Hang on. You know, I'm just going to say again, no bigger bucks guy has mostly cash. So anybody telling you, hold on to your cash, you're wrong. You're wrong. I mean, those are real, I don't know what the hell they are. You know, that's ridiculous. Like I say, you know, most of the bigger ones out there that have investments, it's real estate investment trusts, stocks, and bonds. Typical.